I think we each have a natural curiosity to wonder if the paranormal exists in our world. I know I certainly have a love for this kind of stuff. Hey everyone, I'm Dr.DoStuff, and today I want to show you some of the 5 most believable ghost videos ever recorded. Number 1. The famous hotel ghost. This video has been around since 2003, and it would not surprise me at all if you've already seen this. But it's a really interesting video. The hotel staff were getting complaints from people neighboring this one room, and even from people above and below this room, that someone was screaming and crying while things were being smashed and broken from inside the room, and it was really scaring them. One of the members of the hotel staff heads to the room while the other staff members watch on CCTV cam throughout the hotel, ready to phone the police. But what was behind the door, nobody would have expected.
John says he hears the screaming coming from that room, and I hear it too. But we're sure that no one's checked into that room, correct? John, just wait. We're gonna get a hold of the police, so I would wait for the police, John. Amy, John's gonna enter the room real quick just to check, make sure, see what's going on. Wait one. John, are you there? Okay, Amy, John wants you to call the police right now if you don't mind. He says no one's in there, but that all of the furniture's been turned upside down and the hold on. He says the carpet's been ripped up and that the shower is on, but nobody's in there. Man, that's scary. I'm officially freaked out now.
I'm going to play it one more time just in case you missed it. Number 2. Ed and Lorraine Warren's documented footage of a poltergeist. Now, if you research about ghosts long enough, you are bound to hear about the world-renowned Ed and Lorraine Warren. These paranormal investigators have worked on many famous cases, such as the Amityville house and the farmhouse that inspired the movie The Conjuring, just to name a couple. But in this video, Ed and Lorraine are investigating a family that is being tormented by a poltergeist, and Ed was sure to document everything he could while helping this family. Let's watch.
I command you in the name of Jesus Christ to reveal your identity. In the name of Jesus Christ, I command you to reveal your identity. What you can see is the chair keeps sliding backwards.
You're holding it down, aren't you? Yep. It's got that much strength to it.
Now, if you watch, you can see the little girl's legs are up on the rungs of the chair. She's not pushing herself up from the floor. The mother is not tipping that chair backwards. No. Nobody is touching that table. The table moves of its own volition.
Thankfully, Ed and Lorraine Warren were able to get the house exorcised, which did end up solving the issue. Number 3. The Greencastle Woman. This home in Greencastle, Indiana is very well known in the community as a hotspot for paranormal activity. It's said that you can see a woman watching you from the upstairs window and can even be seen walking around the house late at night. These 2 men, Guy and Terry, choose to investigate this home in the dead of night, even during a thunderstorm. And as you can see, the home has been abandoned for many years. These 2 take pictures of the windows and the doors as they are investigating.
I took a series of 3 pictures of an upstairs window. And after I took that series of pictures, I went around to the back of the home and I took a picture of a doorway.
But very quickly, they start to feel physically uneasy.
This
presence come over me, and the smell was like sulfur and roses. Real strong smell.
You hear that? Heartbeat? Bump, 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 bump.
And this heartbeat was in my head, but it wasn't my own heartbeat. I really felt like I was dying. This feeling of anxiety was just overwhelming.
As soon as they started feeling this, they ended up leaving the house pretty quickly. Afterward, as they are looking at the pictures they took, they are understandably amazed by what they have captured. A brilliant image of a woman can be seen in the upstairs window. And as well, she can be seen at the back door.
And then I tried something called bas relief, which basically takes the light and dark parts of the picture and emphasizes them. And I got the creepiest thing from this one photo. Her face, and I don't know how else to describe it, but that to me just looks like a skull. I've got to be honest, it's either a real photo of a ghost, or it was done with a photographic technique that I don't know about.
Number 4, orbs. Now, this is the most compelling evidence of orbs I have ever seen. When people bring up ghost footage, I almost always have heard about these floating orbs, but I never really believed it was anything paranormal. More like dust in the air, floating or refracting off the lens of the camera. But this old video has always made me wonder about them. In 1992, this family moved into what appeared to be a really beautiful old cottage home. The family took a nice camping trip out in the woods surrounding the home for a few days, but when they returned, their furniture was everywhere. It had seemed like their home had been broken into. So the dad went ahead and installed cameras around the inside and outside of the home, and this is what he caught. These strange orbs, as you can see, are flying around and in between trees, and even changing directions. But by far the craziest one was caught days later inside the house, in their living room. It's such a clear video, but what do you think? Even if it's not an orb or paranormal, what in the world is that? Number 5, the haunted mine. So this channel is literally called Exploring Abandoned Mines, and that is quite literally all he does on the channel. Now I have to say, after watching many of his videos, he never makes it spooky or about ghosts. He's very educational and likes to teach people about the mines he's exploring. But this video you are about to see is a little different. What started as just a normal exploration turned into a very spooky situation.
Here's a shot looking down the attic from just inside the portal, and some water here and there. So I'll go up here just a little bit further and see if it dries out any. Okay, a little further inside the tunnel here. There's still water. You can see it really flowing here in front of me, right here, and just coming out here, out the tunnel. Looking back towards the entrance, I'm a little bit further in, and looking down the tunnel here. I don't know why that one chain is swinging.
Now notice it's just the one that's swinging like that. The wind couldn't do that, and he didn't even make it that far into the cave yet. So what made that heavy chain move like that? He wisely decides to leave the mine after that, and I can understand why. But after posting the video on YouTube, and thanks to YouTubers blowing it up, we convinced him to go back in and go deeper into the cave to see what else was in there.
Okay, the tunnel continues forward there, and I've reached the first little alcove here off to the left, right here, a little dugout area.
Now amazingly, he makes it all the way to the end of the cave with no problem, but just as he's leaving and giving us one last look at the back of the cave, something happens.
And I'm not going to climb up these ladders and check all that out. It's too wet, too rusted. And okay, here's a final parting shot of the end of the Horton Tunnel. And There's the Orb Pass with all the cascading water, and what the fuck is that? I don't know what that was, but there was a sudden blast of cold air, and I'm getting out of here.
Now, a few people in the comments were able to decipher what was being said. They said it sounded like a woman with a very thick French accent, followed by an odd police siren. Take a listen.
What the fuck is that? I don't know what that was.
Well, that was 5 of some of the most convincing ghost videos that I have personally ever seen. Is there anything paranormal going on? Let me know in the comments what you think. But regardless, I think we can all agree that they're pretty strange videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys liked this video, and if you'd like to see more and would like to see this channel grow, leave a like and subscribe. Hit the bell if you'd like to be notified when I post another video. Oh, and don't look behind you, fellas. Later.